What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is Tessa Fifth, and for today's video is the start of a series that I've been plotting around where essentially I guess you could say it's more of a cozy review. It's more of a casual review where I've been playing games that have came out, I want to say at least maybe like 5 years, or it's been at least 5 years since they released. It doesn't require all the editing and slaving away in Premiere Pro like I was making a 2006 AMV. And so for today's video, why not start off with a classic horror game, which is going to be Resident Evil 1, and unfortunately it's not the original, rather it is the HD remaster of Resident Evil 1. After playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which both have been recently reviewed for this year, if you want to go ahead and check out the videos for those, let me tell y'all something. You want to know why I haven't really uploaded any videos after playing those two RPGs back to back? It's because them two RPGs burnt this bitch out. They burnt me out something good. Like I was about to start committing hate crimes against video game cases. I couldn't take it anymore. Like I did not want to see a JRPG, an RPG, LEPD. So like I went on a like very dry gaming spell. And while I was on this dry gaming spell, I could not for the life of me find another game to play. It's just kind of breaking me out of it. Anything that I tried to play or it looked interesting to play, I just didn't have the bandwidth. I didn't have the energy. Until a friend of mine was like, hey, I've never really played Resident Evil before. Like what game should I play or whatever? I also haven't played Resident Evil. I've like dibbled and dabbled a spare toe. Me and my friend was like, well, you've never played a Resident Evil. I've never played a Resident Evil to the fullest. So why don't we just like both play Resident Evil 1? He did Chris's run and I ended up doing Jill's run. And let me tell y'all, was not expecting to enjoy the game. Honestly, it's the game that reset my mood for gaming for the rest of this year. So like, let me share some stuff that I did actually like about Resident Evil 1 playing it. The way that it is a horrendous B-budget horror action movie with the worst voice acting known to man.
And virus leaked, polluting this whole place. And unfortunately, I had to give up my lovely members of STARS.
You killed them with your own dirty hands! You son of a bitch!
It is so hilariously hilarious that Resident Evil should have a Raspy Award. Like, give this game a Golden Globe, give it an Oscar, you know, give it all the awards. It definitely deserves it for best comedy game. Just the opening alone with these soldiers from, what is it, STARS? And you got these mother lovers, these STAR members in the middle of the woods, and they decide, you know what, instead of finding that one guy that wants to be one with nature and calls himself a self-proclaimed survivalist because he filters his own pee out and drinks it, why go to him for help when we can go inside this giant mansion in the middle of the woods? Then on top of that, we get into this mansion and we're looking for a man named Wesker who has the name of like a 12-year-old cat. And I find it so funny that like for these main characters to be like military members, or I guess whatever STARS would be, like a special ops team, they're getting their ass kicked by puzzles left and right, trap rooms and trap doors, and getting their ankles bit off by a rabies infested zombie dog. It's funny playing Resident Evil now that I'm older to realize that Resident Evil is just essentially a whole game designed around escape rooms, and the puzzle sections of Resident Evil is like what really gets me going. It's what really gets me in a toozy. You know, I grew up on Brain Age, so the puzzles in Resident Evil were nothing. It took about 16 hours, 14 hours to beat it, all because my sense of direction when I was younger, and even now to this day to some extent, it has Roronoa Zorro energy. You know, I make a left turn and all of a sudden I'm no longer in America, I'm in the Bermuda Triangle. But one thing I do appreciate about Resident Evil is the fact that I miss when games would give you in the dialogue or between characters, they would give you your goal, they would give you what to do or give you a hint extent of what you're supposed to do. I feel like we are starting to severely underestimate the power of level design, because even though I kept getting lost at the beginning, eventually I did get to a comfortable place the more I progressed, to where I could go back into the Spencer Mansion and just like realize, oh, I can go here, I can go there. Like, it's so helpful with getting immersed into the game that you're playing. All you can do is just rely on your own instincts and rely on your own thinking to get from point A to point B, which is the hell out of this mansion and the hell out of this area, back to civilization. And I think that's what I really enjoyed the most out of Resident Evil. I truly felt like I was the star of a horror film. I really had to deal with fucking mutant dogs and mutant naked men and mutant bugs. Really had to fight my way out of there. Now, as far as like any negatives I have about Resident Evil, I mean, with games like these, I don't really want to delve into the negatives of them, because to be honest, it's like, who cares? These games are renowned. These games have cemented themselves, to me at least, as like games that are worth checking out despite, you know, their cons. I would say the only con that I have with Resident Evil is probably just the controls, which I feel like is the same as saying the sky is blue. Resident Evil 1 HD Remaster is an older remaster of the game. And was I scared playing the game? You goddamn Skippy, I was scared to play the game. But like, as a Southern in America, as long as I got my Bible, as long as I got my shotgun, revolver, and pistol, and grenade launcher, God is always by my side. No, but seriously, the more I progressed into the game, the less scared I got. But I'm not gonna hold you. Some of the motherfucking monsters that was jump scaring me, like these assholes inside of the danger room or control room before you blow up the mansion, they could eat a whole unwashed dingleberry infested ass for scaring me. Oh, and funny thing about the ending, so I ended up finding Chris inside of a jail and, you know, made him a quick promise that I would get him out of there, because we're stars, baby. We don't leave anything behind, not even that line of cocaine. I'm just like, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna beat the game, and we're gonna get Chris out of here, and we're gonna like fly off into the sunset and have a threesome inside of this helicopter with Barry. Lo and behold, after I finished fighting Nemesis or Tyrant, whichever his name was, forget about Christopher. Sorry, Chris. I love the fact that Jill was very optimistic in the ending, though, because Barry just turned around and was just like, aren't we forgetting somebody? And then Jill is just like, don't worry. I know in my heart of hearts that he survived that entire building collapsing, even though he was at the very bottom basement of the building. That's true love right there. Jillian Valentine? She is a real one. But that is my cozy review for Resident Evil 1 HD Remaster. I had a fun time with it. I enjoyed it. If anything, it's actually been giving me the push to go ahead and dip my toes into more Resident Evil games. I think the only issue is that I'm unsure as to whether or not I want to like play the remakes, or also, you know, dabble into the original versions and then play the remakes to just kind of get a feel of, I guess, like how the remakes are different from the originals. But that wraps up this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please make sure to click on the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to stay safe, stay healthy, and don't get bit by a zombie while crossing the street. Peace.